Hey, ball boys and ball girls. Today, on this magical YouTube episode, we're going to be ranking the 8 home jerseys in the 2023 CPL season. All right, so here are the 8 jerseys we'll be ranking today from all 8 teams in the CPL. And today, I'm not doing this alone. We have co-host of the FC13 Podcast, Paul. How are you doing?
Hello, how you doing? These screen shares, I'm a wee tiny guy now. I'm like a wee ant on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this, make sure to press that full screen button there. You want to get the full picture here. Also, I've got this big massive mic in front of me too.
You do look at that. It's not about the size, it's how you use it. Remember to stick around to the end of the video today so you can see how you can enter yourself in a chance to win any Canadian jersey.
Yeah, and what a year, eh? We spoil alert here, Michael. I don't know how you're going to feel. Maybe I'm talking too early here, but I don't think a single one of these is going to go in F tier.
No, I had one.
Oh!
Kicking it off, we're going to go in alphabetical order, which brings us to my pride and joy, Atletico Ottawa. Paul, I'm going to let you take it off. I don't want to be biased here. Where do you put Atletico?
Just a normal Atletico Ottawa kit, isn't it? With designs like that, they're so stuck in the way. Like teams have got hoops, there's only so much you can do. Teams with stripes, there's only so much you can do. With Atletico kits, they're always going to look as if they're played safe as a result of that. I was going to say, I do like it, but within its own limitations, it's only so good it can be. I think the ceiling for this type of kit would be a B for me. I'm trying to compare it to other Atletico kits off the top of my head. Something about the one last year I liked a bit better.
I actually like the sponsor. I like the new Maple Lodge. I like how Ottawa has actually had different sponsors come in and out. Maybe if we win a title and we have the same one, kind of like how a lot of teams in Europe, when they win titles, they have a sponsorship associated with all those jerseys. I personally do like the jersey. It's not my favorite of them, but I do like it. Bill, agree with you. Atletico Ottawa is a B. It's a nice jersey, nothing special.
Easily. Yeah, I said, I think there's only so good a kit like that can possibly be. They can't be as creative as this next team coming up.
Oh, okay. So I can see we have some arguments here. Cavalry FC, you said they're creative. You like these? Because I am not a fan.
I feel like creative is the same as I like it.
To me, I just don't get it. Your colors are red. And green, kind of like what the history's been, and you have green on the armband, but the jersey itself, I like it better than when I first saw it. When I first saw it, I was not a fan of these jerseys at all, but I kind of like how, if you look down the side, there's kind of a black stripe. It's almost red, black.
Going. It's like a gradient thing.
Yeah, it's gradient. So I do like it a little bit more, but I'm still not a fan of the jerseys overall.
So the context of this, I guess, is obviously with FC Edmonton no longer existing. Cavalry are basically, it seems for all intents and purposes, pissing on their grave and declare themselves as Alberta's team now.
Right.
You can see that with this, and that sort of bottom left corner, it looks like you can see this they put in the Rocky Mountains. And they put some buffalo in there as well that graze the prairie lands of Alberta. But there is some imagery on the kit paying homage to Alberta. You've seen that in the advertising campaign as well. They were very much focusing on being Alberta's CPL team, not just Calgary's CPL team. Honestly, I think the more I see this, the more I like it. I'm not sure what it is, because normally I don't like kits with designs like that in it, of images. Honestly, if it wasn't for the imaging at the sides, which a lot of people like, it's just a personal thing for me, I think I'd have this up at least A tier. I am willing to split the difference with you and say C tier. I can see why people wouldn't like it, but
I was in C-ish, but I will compromise with B. Can we settle on B?
Yeah. You know what? I'll take B.
You'll take B. I don't know. I think I'm just so used to the Calvary's jerseys in the past where maybe it was too much of a change for a home jersey. To me, a home jersey you don't really experiment with, which they did a little bit, but I don't know. I don't mind it. Again, I hated it a lot more than when I first saw it. Now I don't mind it as much, but
yeah, there's been Cavalry kits I've disliked more than it, I guess, as well.
I want to call them Prison FC now, because you got the orange, you got the orange, you got the chains, and it goes perfectly with their away jersey as well. Orange is literally the new black in Hamilton. Forge FC, I don't get what they were doing with this one. I don't get it.
I can only assume that it's supposed to like be an homage to steel.
Yeah, I think so. I
Like
think
it
so.
is meant to be like Canada's steel town, isn't it? Like Canada's
Yeah, it
equivalent to
is.
Pittsburgh, I guess. Like that's the only thing I can.
No, you're right. I mean, hence Forge FC, right? Like it's kind of where it comes from.
So I like this, but I'm weighing it up against the other kits this year. I think it's honestly D tier. If this was maybe like say last year, or the year beforehand, it might be higher.
D tier. Okay. We will. I'm going to go on board with that. I'm sorry, Hamilton. Sorry, Kevin. Fan of the podcast.
I would like to see like more like I don't know like this is a team that win the league all the year, so like I'd like to see a little bit more gold in it. I mean, I know gold probably doesn't exactly mesh well with orange, but like I'd like to see something like that. And like it's close. It's really close to being a nice kit. I don't know what it is.
It's a change. It is the stupid change.
It could be the change.
I do want to point out how Forge is different from Pacific last year. If you remember Pacific, Forge just decided to put it under their badge. Kind of interesting approach to that, I'd say. But I just want to point that out. That's a little bit different and cool. Halifax Wanderers. When these jerseys first dropped, people absolutely lost their mind over them, thinking they were so beautiful, so great. A huge step up from last season. And I have to agree. I think these jerseys did a really good job.
I think we're talking no less than A tier with this.
Yeah, I agree.
This is why I'm doing this with you. Like it just looks so much better than the one last year. Like I like it. It's a dark blue. Like if you're gonna have a blue kit, I prefer like dark blue as opposed to light blue. He says wearing this. Like it goes really well with that grey as well on the collar and the sleeves. It fits so well. And like the waves. I know what I've said about the imagery earlier about cavalry, but like it's a different type of imagery. It's a bit more subtle as opposed to just sticking a bison on the side of the kit. The Volkswagen like logo looks really good as well. Like,
well, that's iconic with them. It's really moved iconic for Halifax, and it's nice to see that they're only ones in the league with it now as well.
Yeah, like I haven't really talked about that. It's just nice to see all these teams with different sponsors. It makes the league feel a bit bigger and a bit less. It's like the training wheels are off, if you know what I mean. Yeah,
like in 2019, where like 4 of the 7 were one soccer sponsors. It's funny because the one thing I hate about TFC is that they have the same sponsor as Montreal.
I guess banks are popular in Canada.
Banks are very popular. Yeah, so I think we agree with Halifax goes into A.
I'll go with A tier, yeah.
Pacific after last season really set the mark of being original with their jerseys. They really did. So here's theirs, and I think it's nice. I think it's possibly an A. I really do enjoy it. I don't think you like the bear in the middle though, do you?
Like I said, I don't really like imagery like that in kits. I don't know. I feel like
as you love Halifax as well. The irony.
I know I'm a very weird guy when it comes to like what I like about kits, but like in this one in particular, I just think it looks better on, but I just think it looks a little silly.
That's the thing. Like a lot of these jerseys will look different in person.
It's like something out of Alien, like the bear's like coming out of you. Like I don't.
I think this is a good answer because you keep the classic purple for Pacific and you keep the originality from their away jersey last year, which was a huge success. So I feel like they do a good job just representing once again what they have over there.
Yeah, like they very much tie into the West Coast culture over there, the indigenous culture, which you can see here too. With this specific kit, like if it wasn't for the bear and they just went for that geometric shapes, for me this is S tier. This is S tier without the bear.
But what's the bear?
I would probably go high B tier, but like the thing is, I can see why people would love it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I can
people like originality.
I can see this as I would do this as S tier, and I wouldn't really complain about it, if you know what I mean. Still,
right? So are we going S or A? I think that's where we're leaning towards right now.
I'll let you decide.
Oh, you'll let me decide. Really, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with A. I'm going to listen to what you're saying. It's a compromise, and again, I think Pacific just does such a good job of representing, and beautifully done here. Beautifully done.
Yeah, let's be clear. I can understand why people love the bear on it and see why it's the best kit, but like it's just I find it a little silly. You can see why you like it, back home.
So I'm going to Valor in Winnipeg. I like it. I do like this jersey, and I like how slick Valor's kits are. You look at last year's white jersey. Their white jersey was just, I thought was really, really nice. It was just plain white with gold trim at some parts. And it was just beautifully done. And I think they matched that this year with just color. It's so slick to me.
I think this is definitely Valor's best home kit. I really like how they've just gone for like this all red jersey. It looks really nice. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of the map inside it, but I think it's grown on me more. This was the first kit to launch, so I've had like sort of the longest time to mull over it. It came out, I want to say early or mid-March. Like it's been a long time since this got dropped. Like either double down on what we first thought or change our minds on what we thought we seen it at the time. The more I see it, the more I like it. Yeah, the little details, the black and gold on the sleeves too, and the collar, like it all meshes up really well. I think the color of this with the One Soccer sponsorship too is like incredible. It looks so good on the kit.
It does. It really does. It pops. It pops nicely.
Yeah, like I feel like Valor are often sort of like the forgotten team of the CPL. Great for them. Like, imagine if they released stinkers.
Yeah, and you know what? They were so close to making the playoffs last year, and maybe this is what they were missing, a little bit of fire in their jerseys, Now, I don't want to say these guys, it's S tier. I don't think it's S tier, but I do think it's A.
I don't think I think it's a strong A. Like, I think what seems to be the case is like a lot of these kits are consistently good, but none of them are S tier, but there's some very strong kits overall.
The brand new team, their first ever jersey sponsored by CIBC, Vancouver Football Club. You got this black strip. You got, I believe on the jersey, it's names, like it's cities or towns around the area. I'm not exactly sure.
I don't live in that part of BC, but I'm led to believe it's just sort of towns and neighborhoods sort of in the Fraser Valley, I believe.
I do like them. I don't love them. I think they're actually, I don't know if I like them. I think they're okay. I don't like the name idea. It's just something that doesn't sit right with me. It's like, hey, we're going to call ourselves Vancouver FC, even though we're not really in Vancouver. So we're going to compensate for it and put all the other cities and towns or whatever we want to represent on the jersey. To me, it's a cop out. To me, it's weird.
To me, it looks like it'd be a good third jersey.
Yeah, you know what? I could go with that.
I think I was mentioning this to you off air at some point. Like, it's hard to know where you sit with this Vancouver kit because as much as it's 2023, in the back of your mind, you can't help but look at the other kits of the other teams to give you a sort of guide. It's been Vancouver's first year. It's hard to know where you stand in that sense. Like, you can't compare it to Vancouver kits beforehand. You don't know if this is a good Vancouver kit or not. It is the Vancouver kit.
Well, yeah, so you literally have to go off your opinion on would you like this for your team to wear, and I wouldn't. It's not for me. To me, they're compensating by calling themselves Vancouver, but trying to represent everything else. But that's what they went with, and then throwing the names on the jersey is just weird to me. So would you be okay with putting this in this C?
I feel like I'd want to put a tier somewhere between C and D. I don't think it's D tier, but like C tier seems high.
Right.
We can put it in D tier, but like before the Forge kit to show that we like it better than the Forge kit.
You know what? Yeah, we'll go with that. I'll accept that. Oh, there you go. Yeah,
that seems about right to me.
Going on to the last team in the CPO, we're going to cover York United. I have strong feelings about this one, but I want you to guide it. Again, because I am an Ottawa fan, I could be seen as a little bit maybe biased.
Everybody loves this kit, but like I feel like I preferred their white kit last year that had the sort of blue and green going across. Okay. That's not to say I don't like this one. Like I think it looks really good too. Like Carlsberg like really pops on it. The shapes just either side of it as well. It's again, it kind of falls into the Pacific one where like everybody else in the world seems to love it, so I have to recognize it as a good kit. The green and the blue down the mid, going all the way down the middle. I'm not sure. Like I said, I prefer it going across the way as opposed to down.
So I said I had strong feelings about it, and I do. And I absolutely love this jersey. It'd be S tier for me. I feel like 20 years from now, this is going to be one of the jerseys people are like, oh, remember when York wore this one? If they could win a trophy in this jersey, it will stand out even more. Carlsberg is such a good sponsor, and it looks so good on it as well. And like I said, I like simple, I like bold, and this jersey, and clean. And this jersey looks clean, it's simple, it's bold, amazing. I would put it in S. I don't think you're on the same boat with me, so maybe we have to put it in A.
I feel we're going to put something in S tier at this point. Like that, like so I can see why
York doesn't want your pity.
You know what? I'm fine to put it in S tier.
S tier, all right. York United, you won something for the first time ever. Hey, look, I am high on York once again this year. If you watched last year's podcast, I was high on you for a long time.
It's just our thoughts and like how good the kits are, and I feel like the general consensus is probably fairly similar. Like there's no outright stinkers this year. Nothing's in F tier.
What do you think might have our biggest outlash? Vancouver that low? Maybe Ottawa even that high? I can see people maybe putting Ottawa a little bit lower.
No, because I think we're experts at this sort of thing.
Exactly. So that's gonna be it for this one. Later this week, we will have the away jerseys coming as well. Thank you for watching all the way through. Make sure to drop a comment on what your favorite jersey is. We will be giving away a Canada soccer jersey this year. with the value up to $150, and you get to choose which one you want. If you want one from the CPL, it's yours. If you want the new Canada jersey, it's yours. And all you have to do is subscribe to this channel, go follow us on Twitter, give us a retweet, but more importantly, help us and support us by subscribing to our Patreon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe.